63-year-old man, experienced, healthy, fully equipped, and with a clear plan. He stepped into the Grand Canyon and vanished without a trace. This isn't just a missing person case. This is one of the most chilling mysteries to ever unfold in the Grand Canyon, a place so vast, so unforgiving, it can swallow a man whole. Welcome to The Grand Canyon and the Vanished Man, the unsolved mystery of 1978. In 1978, a strange and unsettling disappearance occurred in Grand Canyon National Park, Arizona. A man named Jeffrey Ridenour vanished without a trace. At 63 years old, Jeffrey was an experienced hiker from Southern California. Despite his age, he was in excellent physical shape, standing about 5'8", weighing 130 pounds, with distinctive red hair and a thin mustache, familiar to friends and family. Jeffrey had tackled many rugged trails in the past and had a deep love for nature. He often sought out remote, quiet places far from the chaos of city life. The Grand Canyon wasn't new to him. He had hiked there before. This familiarity suggested he wasn't naive about the harsh terrain of the area. His trip was motivated by something simple, a desire to escape the smog and pressure of city life and reconnect with the wild. He brought along all the necessary gear, planned thoroughly, and gave no sign of concern or distress before departing. But after setting off, he never returned. Search efforts began shortly after, but no trace of him was ever found. No gear, no signals for help, not even the faintest clue as to which route he had taken. Jeffrey Ridenour's disappearance quickly became one of the many haunting mysteries that have long surrounded the Grand Canyon, a place known for unexplained vanishings over the decades. Jeffrey Ridenour had carefully mapped out his second hiking expedition into the Grand Canyon. His goal was to cross from the Tanner Trail to the New Hance Trail, a solo trek that required self-reliance and carried real danger, but he seemed confident and prepared. He left his brown Dodge Dart station wagon at the Tanner Trailhead on the south rim. At the same time, he placed a bicycle at the New Hance Trailhead, suggesting he intended to complete the hike and use the bike to return to his vehicle. This setup showed deliberate planning and a belief that he would complete the loop as intended. There are 3 possible routes between Tanner and New Hance, all of them running alongside the Colorado River and navigating steep cliffs and treacherous ledges, but no one knows which route Jeffrey chose. No markers, no footprints, no dropped gear. Nothing was found to indicate his direction. This ambiguity made the search efforts extremely difficult. On the bike, he left a short but clear note: hiking in the canyon, will return before May 28th. This confirmed his plan and helped authorities estimate when he should have been back, a crucial detail for the search operation. Before starting his journey, Jeffrey obtained the required backcountry permit. Rangers warned him that such a trek was not recommended, citing soaring temperatures that reached 150 degrees 46 degrees Celsius, and the fact that he had only hiked the Grand Canyon once before. But Jeffrey assured them he was in good shape and up to the challenge. The permit was issued. Jeffrey's entire approach showed foresight and confidence, but it also involved considerable risk. He embarked on a solitary journey into one of the most unforgiving and perilous landscapes in North America. Jeffrey Ridenour was reported missing in late May of 1978. According to his plan, he was expected to exit the canyon before May 28th, the date by which he was supposed to return his backcountry hiking permit. When the day passed without any sign of him, park rangers at Grand Canyon National Park grew concerned and began the first steps of a search effort. Initially, they checked the parking area at the Tanner Trailhead, where Jeffrey was believed to have left his brown Dodge Dart station wagon. However, the vehicle was not there. Its absence raised several theories, including the possibility that Jeffrey had changed his plans or hadn't even started his hike as expected. But 2 days later, the car mysteriously appeared in the very spot it was supposed to have been all along. This puzzled the Rangers and raised a chilling question. Had Jeffrey returned after starting his hike, perhaps to retrieve more supplies, only to head back into the canyon? On May 30th, those initial speculations turned into deeper concerns when Rangers confirmed that the vehicle had indeed been moved. Someone had either used or repositioned it after Jeffrey was already reported missing. The license plate matched exactly, confirming it was his car. This detail only made the mystery more unsettling. If Jeffrey had returned, why were there no other traces of him? And if he hadn't, then who moved the car? The last confirmed sighting of Jeffrey came from a rental shop at the South Rim, where he had rented a poncho. This indicated that he had prepared for the weather conditions and served as the final, verified moment anyone had seen him. After that, Jeffrey vanished entirely, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and a car that seemed to have a story of its own. Jeffrey Ridenour's disappearance was not just another entry in the long list of people who've gone missing in the Grand Canyon. It carried strange and troubling details, from the mysteriously reappearing car to the total lack of any discernible trail and the silence that followed his last confirmed appearance. The search for Jeffrey Ridenour quickly escalated into one of the largest and most comprehensive rescue missions in Grand Canyon history. Beginning on June 4, just days after he was reported overdue, more than 50 personnel were mobilized, including Rangers, professional search and rescue teams, helicopters, and fixed-wing aircraft, all working together to scan the vast terrain from above and below. Despite the massive scale, the treacherous geography of the Grand Canyon posed immense challenges. The canyon spans hundreds of miles with sheer rock walls, deep crevices, and a complex trail system. A single misstep could easily send someone into hidden ravines, making them all but impossible to find. In Jeffrey's case, one prevailing theory was that he may have fallen into the Colorado River. Its fast-moving current, unpredictable depth, and strong undertows made underwater searches with boats or divers nearly impossible. During the search, a few small clues surfaced, offering brief glimmers of hope. A pair of eyeglasses and a razor were found near a suspected campsite. Strangely, both items were carefully placed on a rock, not scattered or dropped by accident, but as if intentionally arranged. However, there was no way to definitively link these items to Jeffrey. No one could confirm having seen him on any of the trails during the time he went missing, leaving all theories about his movements purely speculative. After 3 weeks of intensive searching without discovering any solid evidence, authorities began to scale back the operation. Still, efforts did not cease entirely. Rangers continued sending 2 personnel into the canyon daily to patrol critical areas and conducted weekly aerial surveillance missions for several more weeks, hoping anything, might surface. But as time passed, Jeffrey Ridenour remained missing. No body, no belongings, no explanation. The large-scale operation ended in frustration and sorrow, leaving behind one of the most unsettling mysteries in Grand Canyon history, a place where nature's splendor is matched only by its ability to swallow a person whole without a sound. Despite the extensive search, the disappearance of Jeffrey Ridenour in 1978 remains unsolved more than 4 decades later. No one knows what truly happened to the 63-year-old experienced hiker, and the case stands as one of the most perplexing mysteries ever recorded in Grand Canyon National Park. One of the main theories proposed by rangers is that Jeffrey may have fallen into the Colorado River, a powerful, dangerous force that cuts through the canyon. With swift currents, whirlpools, and constantly shifting depths, it's entirely possible his body was carried away or submerged where it could never be found. Another theory is that he suffered an accident on one of the canyon's towering cliffs, perhaps falling into a deep crevice where his body remained hidden beneath outcroppings or rock shelves, out of sight to search teams. Yet both scenarios lack concrete evidence. There was no blood, no broken gear, no trace at all of where the accident may have occurred. The total absence of clues makes the case especially strange. Even with over 50 people involved, aircraft and ground teams scanning the area for weeks, nothing definitive was ever uncovered, aside from the eyeglasses and razor, which were never confirmed to belong to Jeffrey. To this day, no photograph of him has been publicly circulated online, adding another layer of obscurity to the case and pushing it closer to being forgotten in the public memory. Donald Chase, who served as the unit manager at the Grand Canyon during the incident, described the case hauntingly. He said it was as though the canyon had swallowed him whole. He emphasized how terrifying the canyon truly is, majestic yet merciless, a place where even a small mistake can lead to complete and permanent disappearance. Veteran rangers agreed. What made this case so unsettling was that Jeffrey was no novice. He had experience, a well-structured plan, and no signs of distress before his trip, yet he still vanished without a trace. As of 2025, it has been 47 years since Jeffrey disappeared. His family has never received closure. No funeral, no body, no final words. Only two small belongings, a pair of glasses and a razor, remain, like faint echoes of a man who once walked into the Grand Canyon and never returned. Yet one truth stands unshaken. Jeffrey loved the Grand Canyon. To him, it wasn't just a destination, it was sacred ground, a place where he could reconnect with peace and freedom. If he did meet his end there, then perhaps he remains in the place he cherished most. More than 40 years have passed, and one can only hope that time has brought some measure of peace to his family and loved ones, those who waited, searched, and clung to hope in the face of silence. Jeffrey's story is not just a missing persons case. It is a solemn reminder of nature's majestic beauty and its unforgiving power, where even the most experienced among us can vanish without a trace.